you so much. Thank you so much for joining. Today we'll be talking about the game between Manchester United and West Ham. We'll be looking at different parameters at which this game will be going, because today Manchester United will be making some sort of little small history. Yes. Why the reason why I say that small history is this: we've not beaten West Ham. We've not beaten West Ham at home for about 3 years now. Yes, we've not beaten West Ham. The last time actually we beat West Ham at home was, I think, no, we've not beaten West Ham, yeah, in about 3 consecutive meetings. The last time we beat West Ham was in 2021. Yes, that was the last time. 2021 was the time we beat West Ham last at the London Stadium. And aside from that, up until now, Manchester United have played at the London Stadium 3 consecutive times, and we've not been able to beat West Ham. And today, Manchester United with Michael Carrick will be looking at ways to actually get one over West Ham. And how are we going to be able to achieve that? Yes, first of all, understand this: if Michael Carrick wins today's game, Manchester United will get the opportunity of becoming of going third place. We've not gone third place for a very long time. We'll be having that opportunity to sit pretty in the third position, pending when Aston Villa and Brighton is going to slug it out. Manchester United have that opportunity if they go ahead and beat West Ham today. They have that opportunity to go into the third place position, and that would mean that we might have just created some form of top four race for ourselves. Yes, and it will mean that we will be giving Aston Villa very big run for their money. Manchester United this season have lost loads and loads of points, and somehow I knew that we were going to be in this position. Somehow I knew that Manchester United was going to end in the top 4 position. But then, with Ruben Amorim, it wasn't going as planned, really, until this moment where Michael Carrick has come in and has decided to make sure that these players actually play according to how they love it, how they want it. You understand? First of all, it is not always about what you want players to do. Many of the times it's about what the players are capable of doing. With Ruben Amorim, I thought that Ruben Amorim was given the responsibility of rebuilding Manchester United, bringing Manchester United back to where it's supposed to be. That was the reason why they brought Ruben Amorim. Yes, the Jason Wilcox, the Omar Berada, the Sylvester, whatever their name is, Christopher Vivel. These guys were saddled with the responsibility of bringing in a coach at Manchester United that would help the club get back to where it is. And that is why they brought in Ruben Amorim. The job Ruben Amorim has and the job Michael Carrick has are two different jobs entirely. They are not the same. Ruben Amorim was to build Manchester United. Manchester United, the board were trying to create a different Manchester United, a different mentality, a different philosophy, a different ideology, a different style of play, everything different. They were looking at moving on from whatever we used to call our Manchester United DNA, attacking football, this football and that football. They were looking from moving away from it into creating something different. And alas, the fans were not patient enough for Ruben Amorim to do whatever he was doing, because at the end of the day, Ruben Amorim got very stubborn, become very egocentric, become very prideful of what he was doing. Manchester United were not getting results. Bruno Fernandes was being played out of position, and all of this affected Manchester United negatively. And then comes in Michael Carrick. And Michael Carrick came in. The job for Michael Carrick was to actually stabilize whatever it is that was going on. The board believed that Michael Carrick that Manchester United had the players and had the talent to actually get us playing, right? The board believed that Manchester United had the talent to get us top 4. And Michael Carrick has come in and has proven the board right. Because Michael Carrick came in, all he needed to do was get the players playing in their position, get the players to believe in themselves, believe in the project, explain to them what these fixtures actually means to the fans, what every win mean to the fan. The fan actually wants to see you fight. The fan actually wants to see you play football, and this is what Michael Carrick brought into the team that has got the team firing on all cylinders. Look at the likes of Luke Shaw. Look at the likes of Diogo Dalot, not underperforming anymore, giving 100%. I felt like with Ruben Amorim, the players were confused. Personally, I felt like with Ruben Amorim, the players were a lot more confused, didn't know what to do. I thought that they were being overcoached. They were being the details were becoming too much. They were being told too many things at the same time. They were being asked to do this and do that. Most of the times, looking at Bruno Fernandes, I noticed that a lot was not coming in. Bruno Fernandes is a very, very intelligent player, but then looking at using him as a yardstick, players were not getting to understand what Ruben Amorim wanted to do and all of that, and that actually affected Ruben Amorim, because for a manager who decided not to change his style of play, who decided that he was not going to play in any other style rather than play what he knows, that affected Ruben Amorim. Now this is Michael Carrick. The players are enjoying their football right now. The players are playing in the positions that they are thriving, and the Kobe Mainu is being used as a proper box-to-box midfielder, if I'm going to call it like, if I'm going to say it like that, because he is saddled with the responsibility of blocking channels. He's saddled with the responsibility of being that extra man that can move the ball forward. Whenever there is a cluster of Manchester United players, Kobe Mainu becomes that extra man that can take up the ball and then squares it up, and then Manchester United can transition from defense into attack. This is very, very instrumental for Michael Carrick. And today, I'm going to tell you this. Manchester United have not won at the London Stadium in the last 3 to 4 years. Yes, we've not won at the last time we got a win at the London Stadium was under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We did not get a win. Yes, the last time we got a win at the London Stadium was under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That was the last time we got a win under at the London Stadium. And the last time Manchester United won back-to-back win, got 5 consecutive wins on the bounce, was about 2023. But I'm going to tell you something today. Every record that has affected Manchester United negatively has always been smashed. Every record that has affected Manchester United negatively has always been smashed this season. Look at take it from Liverpool. Liverpool, the record was that we've not won at Anfield for many years, and we went there and smashed it at Liverpool. Then the record came, another one came. We've not beaten Tottenham in 8 consecutive games, and we went to the what's it called, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and smashed it. And we had we've not beaten Arsenal at Emirates for how many years? When we went there, we smashed it. And now we are going to play West Ham, whom we've not beaten in the last 3 years at the London Stadium. And I believe that the Carrick boys will go there and smash it. But the question is, how does West Ham play football? How does West Ham play? First of all, I believe that West Ham is a team that would like to sit back, soak up the pressure, mount the road and the low block, and then hit you on the counter. Look at some players for West Ham. We see how Aaron Wan-Bissaka, we see how he overlaps whenever West Ham is on the attack. We see Aaron Wan-Bissaka overlapping. We see this guy. We see Somerville. We see Fernandez. That's his name. Fernandez. We see Jarrod Bowen. All of these players are instrumental to West Ham playing on the front foot, going on the attack, right? Yes, they can sit back, they can soak up all of that pressure, and they would hit Manchester United on the attack. And they are actually very pacey players. Yes, they are actually very, very pacey players. Their defense line looks a little solid, but I know that no matter how they sit back, that's the thing. No matter how they sit back, we have a team that can break any defense in the world. You know, the combination of Bruno Fernandes, Amad Diallo, Brian Mbeumo, and Matheus Cunha can actually break down any defense. And then, interestingly, we have a player like Kobe Mainu and Casemiro, who also have offensive abilities. Yes, we have players like Mainu and Casemiro who have offensive abilities. It's not just at their ability to defend, but their ability to also go on the attack. You know, the last game we saw, I think the last game, I mean, second to the last game against Fulham, we saw Casemiro getting an assist. They're all important assists, playing that pass into the path of Cunha. This is something I love about Manchester United players right now. You know, when there is a cluster of players, Manchester United players find themselves in the midst of those clusters. They are able to receive ball in tight spaces, and they are able to play 1-2 touches, give and go, and they find themselves in spaces. And this is this will be very, very instrumental to how we get goals against West Ham, because we have to actually be in the mix to get goals against West Ham. Most of the times, what we see many teams do, especially Manchester United under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, against a team that sits back, will play the ball sideways. We'll play the ball sideways, looking to maybe play in a square, and maybe looking at maybe square playing, or playing in a corner, playing in a cross and all of that. But then with this set of players, Manchester United look a lot more different. Manchester United look a lot more different, because they look like a team that might just be able to maneuver their way, and they play a lot more direct. You know, this guy is very instrumental to Manchester United playing direct. Lisandro Martinez. Lisandro Martinez is a very, very instrumental player when it comes to Manchester United playing direct, because he is very good with his ball playing abilities. We see him go into the midfield. We can see him drop a ball to Diogo Dalot, go into the midfield. We can see him drop a ball to Luke Shaw and get into the midfield, receives the ball back. He is very good on the ball, and that gives him the ability to play direct. Remember against Tottenham, they came out to press Manchester United against Tottenham in the beginning of the game. They were out, but the ball playing ability of Lisandro Martinez, meaning that Manchester United could play through their press, saw them peg themselves back a little bit. They had to go back a little bit, because Manchester United was going to play through their press whichever way. And this is why a lot of us has clamored for Lisandro Martinez to be back in the fray. He is a very important jigsaw to Manchester United defense, defensive abilities and offensive abilities. This guy, Lisandro Martinez, is very, very important, you know. And if we look at him, he is a very, very intelligent player, very intelligent. And it is a blessing that we have him in this period of time for Manchester United to be able to utilize his skills and his ability to defend and to go forward in the league. Manchester United beating West Ham today gives us the ability to go third on the Premier League table, and this is somewhere we've not been for a very long time. Manchester United will just have the ability to go third on the Premier League table. Thank you guys for joining. Everybody who's joined this live program, thank you so much. We're discussing Manchester United, we're discussing the game against West Ham, and also we'll be discussing Michael Carrick and his run so far. So please do me well to click on the subscribe button, click on the notification button, subscribe to this channel. This is a Man United fan channel, and everything we discuss here is all about Manchester United. And if you like this page, you can also, you know, send in stickers. You could send in super chats, super stickers, and all of that. Thank you so much for joining. Please click on the subscribe button, click on the notification button. Thank you so much. So let us look at West Ham, like Jarrod Bowen. Let's look at a player like Jarrod Bowen, who is very fast on the ball. He can run with the ball, he can run off the ball, and he can also put in very, very good crosses for players like Somerville, players like Fernandes to get on. You get. That is one good thing about Jarrod Bowen. That is one very interesting thing. Please, guys, if you're on this live, please click on this like, give this video, give this live a thumbs up, you know, so that we can get to reach a lot more audience. Give the live a thumbs up, and then click on the subscribe button so that we can get to reach a lot more audience. Thank you so much. So guys, Let us look at West Ham's last 5 games. West Ham is seated 18 in the Premier League table, right? And the one thing is clear, with a team seated in the 18th in the Premier League table, they will be looking at fighting. They will be looking at ways that they can fight and bring themselves out of that relegation zone. Yes, they are just 18th in the Premier League table, and they are with 23 points. In their last 5 games, West Ham have won 3. Listen, West Ham have won 3 in their last 5 games. Yes, and they have lost 2. Meaning that West Ham is a team in form, a team that has momentum, and they will be looking at the fact that Manchester United have not been able to get a win at the London Stadium in 3 years. Since we've been visiting them, we've not been able to get a win. So it is not going to be an easy game for Michael Carrick today. It is not going to be an easy game for Michael Carrick today, because the players are actually going to be playing with loads of belief. While Manchester United, we have 4 wins out of 5 and 1 draw. That is it for Manchester United, and we are sitting in the 4th position with 44 points. So, in as much as the fact that West Ham is 18th on the table, it's not going to be a walk in the park, right? Manchester United will have to be very excellent with how we play to be able to get that win over West Ham. Yes, I'm backing the boys to win, but then we have to get ourselves really ready to be able to get a win, to be able to get the all-important 5th win. The players, we have players, let me tell you, West Ham have players we are going to look out for. Yes, West Ham, they have players we are going to look out for. Players like Thomas Susek. We are going to look out for players like this guy, what's his name again? Oh, Jarrod Bowen. We are going to be looking at for players like Jarrod Bowen. We are going to be looking at for players. See, West Ham have players who can actually put in a decent display against Manchester United. They have Fulkrug. They have Adama Traore. They have the giant Adama Traore, and all of these players on a good day can put in very decent performances. But when it comes to Manchester United have talents who can cause problems. I think that Manchester United have the best attack in the world right now. Yes, when you look at it, when you look at Amad Diallo, Brian Mbeumo, Matheus Cunha, Bruno Fernandes, I think that Manchester United have the highest attack in the world. And Manchester United, with the attack that we have, we can actually cause problem for any team at all. We can break down defenses with low blocks. Yes, play through. We can actually play through blocks. We can actually play through, whatever it is, however they line up themselves. Manchester United can actually play through blocks, and it is very, very important that we note that. Another important thing for Manchester United today is that the one thing that I have noticed, maybe a lot of people have not noticed it here, but I have noticed this. Manchester United players look at trying to get the goalkeeper unaware, caught the goalkeeper unaware with long range shots. This is one thing I've noticed. You see, under Ruben Amorim, I didn't think that we were taking loads of shots from outside the 18-yard box. Look at the goal against Arsenal. 2 goals against Arsenal. Brilliant shots from Dogu and from Matheus Cunha. Look at the goal against a goal against Arsenal. Look at the goal against who again? Who did we play again? Look at the goal against Arsenal here. Brilliant shots. Matheus Cunha, Patrick Dogu. Brilliant shots. Manchester United have created lots more chances than any other team. Bruno Fernandes creating more assists. So when you look at it here, I'm going to talk about Ruben Amorim, and I'm going to talk about Michael Carrick. The difference, right? But then let us just give pure analysis on how the game will go today. And I am looking at Manchester United with the individual ability of Matheus Cunha, Brian Mbeumo, Bruno Fernandes, Amad Diallo. with their individual capabilities, I'm looking at them being able to get Manchester United over the line. Casemiro has shown that he's playing his best game for Manchester United in the remainder of the 6 months he has at the club. He's playing fantastic well. Casemiro actually is looking like one of the best, if not the best, CDM in the league right now. He's putting in very decent performances, and he is responsible for Kobe Mainu playing very well. Yes, he's being responsible for the confidence that Kobe Mainu plays with. Casemiro has been responsible for that, because the job for Kobe Mainu has been lessened. Under Ruben Amorim, Kobe Mainu was given a responsibility that involves him taking the ball and progressing with it. Remember, this is the reason why Manchester United wanted to get a midfielder like Carlos Baleba, because of his ball playing abilities, because of his ball progression, being able to take up the ball, body feints and run through the midfield. This is one of the reasons why Manchester United was looking at Carlos Baleba. But then, when it comes to Michael Carrick, Kobe Mainu does not have that responsibility to run with the ball. What he has to do right now is to block channels. Casemiro goes into the tackles. Casemiro is the one to marshal out these people. Then Kobe Mainu, what he does will be to walk into those channels and block them off. Block off passes, presents himself at very crucial stages where the players could actually have a final third pass and all of that. Kobe Mainu will be there to intercept, to block. This is a crucial role for Kobe Mainu, and he's been playing it to perfection. He's been playing it, and he makes himself available, becoming that extra man. When there is a cluster of players, Konya, Bruno, Konya, you see Kobe Mainu becomes that extra man that gets the ball. You understand? And he turns around, and there is loads of space. Manchester United is being able to distract the opposition by making them cluster at a particular point and creating chances elsewhere. And this is something that is core of the Sir Alex Ferguson's Manchester United when they were in vogue. They were very, very good at getting their passes, intricate passes, getting them in line, right? So if Manchester United actually play to their own ability, this is something I think Carrick also have done, playing to your own ability. If Manchester United can master playing to their own ability, right, we will be able to. Being on the front foot is actually very, very essential for Manchester United, and this is why I feel like we are going to be able to get away with we are going to be able to get away with a win at the London Stadium today. I want you all to be pumped up. Be pumped up, strong, because in as much as this win is going to be very instrumental to us, it is also for bragging rights, because I don't know why anybody would not want Michael Carrick to actually get the job on the long run, right? Yes, the question is, why would anybody not want Michael Carrick to get the job on the long run? Because for me, I think that this is like an interview for Michael Carrick. Yes, and he's got the boys playing. Listen, in the last four games, Manchester United have scored 10 goals in the last 4 games. We've scored 10 goals and we've conceded only 4. We've kept 2 clean sheets. Yes, clean sheet against Man City, clean sheet against Tottenham. We've kept 2 clean sheets. We conceded 2 goals against Arsenal, 2 goals against Fulham, and we've kept 2 clean sheets. This is a decent record for Michael Carrick. 100% record when it comes to results, but when it comes to other parts, it's a decent record. The defense is working very well. The midfields, they are creating chances. Bruno Fernandes, I think, is the highest creator in the league right now. and about the best midfielder on planet Earth right now, Bruno Fernandes. Because this is like, Bruno Fernandes is like a player who's giving his prime to Manchester United, and he is at the twilight area, our twilight zone of his career. And for me, I think that we have to give Bruno Fernandes another contract. Yes, keep him at Manchester United until he's 35, 36. Yes, for me, because he looks like a player who could go on and on and on. That is it for me. When it comes to Bruno Fernandes, that is it. He looks like that player who could go on and on and on. Yeah, and with the way we play, whether West Ham mount the mid block, whether they mount a mid block, because they are capable of mounting the mid block, you know, put the block in the middle, right, choke up the midfield, something that we saw against Fulham. Choke up the midfield and try to, you know, stop us at the midfield, recycle the possession and try to hit Manchester United. But there is something that I have that is very important, and one thing that I've seen that is very important is that Manchester United have the ability to win duels and second balls. This is something we've seen clearly with Manchester United, having that ability to win duels and also win second balls. We can fight in the final third. Players like Brian Mbeumo can fight in the final third. Amad Diallo can dispossess. Amad is very good at pressing. Matheus Cunha, I don't think he's so good, but he can learn off what Mbeumo, Amad, and Bruno will be doing at pressing. Many of the times, we set the pentagon shape. We set the pentagon shape, and that means taking each player, marking each player. And if we can, you see that Fernandes in the middle of the park for West Ham, if we can mark them, and the guy that plays their CM, we can mark those players. West Ham will have little or nothing to do, because Jarrod Bowen and Somerville, Soucek, they are all fringe players who will only operate when these other guys are able to be on the ball. If you do not let them be on the ball, what we will see is that Somerville and Jarrod Bowen will all return back. This is how we were able to beat Arsenal. We were able to cluster around Zubimendi. When we clustered around Zubimendi, we were forcing Zubimendi to make mistakes, and this was the reason why the players like Declan Rice were not effective. Yes, players like Declan Rice, they were not effective because we already neutralized their point of playing out. The Zubimendi was the main character that led Arsenal to play out. He was the balance to the team, right? And Manchester United, what we did was to cluster around Zubimendi, push him to make mistakes, and that was how we got our equalizer. And then subsequently, he had a man on him. Kobe Mainu hovered around him. Bruno Fernandes hovered around him, meaning that it was difficult to locate Zubimendi if they wanted to play out from the back. It was difficult to locate Zubimendi. Look at the third goal where Manchester United scored. It was from a long ball, making sure that Manchester United won the second ball. Bruno Fernandes played a slicky one into the part of Kobe into the part of Cunha in the midfield. We didn't have to go sideways. That is why I tell you that Manchester United goes direct, and that is for me that is the most effective way of playing football. We go direct. We play within the midfield. Look at the goal against Fulham. Casemiro played a straight pass into the 18-yard box for Cunha. Right? We are playing direct, and that is the best way we can get goals. That is the best way we can get goals against teams that decide to sit back. We can only go direct, be very, very intrusive. Yes, we have to intrude their spaces, get into spaces, drag them wild. This is where Amad becomes very important, because Amad will always run wide, and Amad running wide means that a player would have to go with him, and that opens up space. That opens up space for any other player to run in and to get the ball. It opens up space. The same thing here with Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw have to run wide or have to run deep, have to run upper the pitch. It drags a player out, and then you can see that Bruno Fernandes with Brian Mbeumo in that space, Kobe Mainu and Casemiro will just have a field day being able to pick out the passes that they want to. You understand? So if we follow it in that way, Manchester United will be able to beat West Ham, whether they park the bus or not. Manchester United will be able to beat West Ham. It is very, very simple. It will be a difficult match because West Ham will be coming into the game, all pumped up, knowing that they are on the bounce. They have gotten wins in between. So they will be pumped up, but they are playing at home. They are playing at the London Stadium, where we have not won in 3 consecutive games. So it feels like the advantage is with West Ham. Yes, that is how it feels like. Okay, the advantage is with West Ham, and West Ham will be the team that might just be able to do the business today. But Manchester United also will be going there, knowing that this season we beat Liverpool at Anfield, we beat Man City at Old Trafford, we beat Chelsea. Yes, I think at Old Trafford too, and we beat Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. Right now, if you look at it, we beat 4 top teams this season. So if we can beat these 4 top teams, Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, and including Tottenham, if we can beat these 4 top teams, it means that we can beat any team. We can beat any team. Arsenal only lost 2 games in about 20 before they met Manchester United. Yes, and Manchester United beat them. So it means that whatever formula Carrick is using, Carrick can use that formula to beat any other team. Thank you guys for joining. I see all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. Kindly click on the subscribe button, click on the notification button, give this video a thumbs up. And if you wish, if you like what this channel is all about, Manchester United, you can also send super chats, super stickers, anything just to support the channel. Thank you so very much. Now, after I am talking about the Manchester United game, I've made it clear here that we can beat West Ham if we actually play direct, get into them, get into half spaces, be able to get 1 or 2 passes together and get the shot off. Confidently, we can beat West Ham. Then the question now lies. A lot of people are talking about Michael Carrick. A lot of people are asking questions. Should Michael Carrick get the job at Manchester United? In as much as I feel that it is too early, yes, it is actually very, very early to start talking about Michael Carrick getting the job or not. What I want to say is this: I have something what's his name? Gary Neville. I have something Gary Neville said. Gary Neville said clearly that he's spoken with the board about getting in a proper manager at the club by the end of the season, and the club assured him that they have started process and they have started speaking to coaches, and they have started the process and they are speaking to coaches, and they are actually analyzing different they are taking in different analysis and also analyzing different datas. And then Gary Neville went on to say that it does not matter, it does not matter what results we get until the end of the season. They are not going to be bounced into making a decision. Yes, and what does that mean? It means that they are not going to be bounced. It means that the manager, the current manager, who is Michael Carrick, will not bounce them into getting a result, right? Because to them now, it feels like all of the success that is happening is all about manager bounce. The players reacting to a new manager, right? And they are reacting to the positivity of the new manager. All of the players are happy that someone like Michael Carrick is being the interim manager at the club, and because probably he's lenient with a lot of them, he's come in to give them more belief in themselves, and it now looks like the job is easy. I'm telling you, what Michael Carrick is doing at Manchester United is not an easy job. Not an easy job by any standard. It is if it was an easy job, then Darren Fletcher would have gotten wins. Yes, Darren Fletcher managed a few games. He would have gotten wins. He managed with the same players. Yes, If it is an easy job, then Darren Fletcher would have gotten wins. So clearly, it is not an easy job that Michael Carrick is doing at Manchester United. That we should know, right? Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate your presence here. Kindly click on the subscribe button, click on the notification button if you are actually enjoying what we are doing here. This is the Manchester United fan channel. We discuss everything about Manchester United. We stream games, we talk, we give tactical analysis. We also give our banters here. You know, we don't like Liverpool, we don't like Arsenal, we don't like Chelsea. So many times we banter all of these clubs here. But then the main priority of this channel is to give informed analysis and correct news about transfers and everything that has to do with Manchester United. So talking about Michael Carrick and the Chisom Kanu B, welcome, I see you. So talking about Manchester United and Michael Carrick right now, a lot of people are saying something about Michael Carrick not being. Listen, for me, I think that Michael Carrick right now is a man going through an exam or a man going through a test, and that is what I feel right now with Michael Carrick. And he's put his best foot forward. He is smashing it right now. He is winning games right now. He is getting the players to play right now, and he is looking after the players properly. He's giving the players time to recover. He's giving them that, he's making them understand that you can be disciplined and also be effective. You know, because I feel like under Ruben Amorim, the players were being overcoached. The players were being overtold what to do. It was more complicated and more complex, you know, under Ruben Amorim, because whatever Ruben Amorim brought to them was alien to them. They did not understand it first. It was difficult for them to implement because they did not understand what Ruben Amorim was trying to do. Playing three at the back, having 4 players in the midfield, having 2 of the midfield players to be as defenders and as attackers, all of those things were confusing. And the midfielders not knowing which is box to box and which is a CDM was confusing, right? But then Michael Carrick comes in and reshuffles everything and play players in their natural position. I'll tell you, I cannot give all credit to Michael Carrick as it is now. Look at it this way. Ruben Amorim left Manchester United in the 6th place. When Ruben Amorim came to Manchester United was 12th on the table, I'll be 11, and we ended that season in 14th, I'll be 15th position, playing Europa League final. And this season, with buying just 5 players, yes, he bought 5 players. We brought in Sani Lamens, we brought in Benjamin Sesko, we brought in Brian Mbeumo, and we brought in Brian Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha. I think 4 players, yeah, because we brought in Dogu and Heaven, I think in the January transfer window, right? Now, with these players at Manchester United was able to be the 3rd highest scoring team. Before Ruben Amorim came to Manchester United, we were not scoring goals. It was difficult for Manchester United to get goals. Before Ruben Amorim came to Manchester United, we didn't have goals. Ruben Amorim came to Manchester United and started scoring. Manchester United reshuffled the attack. Ruben Amorim was responsible for getting out players like Garnacho, Sancho, Højlund, Marcus Rashford. All of these players were not good enough for Manchester United, and this guy, Ruben Amorim, was instrumental to getting them off Manchester United. Remember, the job for Ruben Amorim was to rebuild Manchester United. Remember that before Ruben Amorim became the coach for Manchester United, a lot of coaches have been tried. We've tried Louis van Gaal, we've tried Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, we've tried Jose Mourinho. These are actually proven coaches. These are coaches who have done it in England and outside England. We brought in these coaches. We started from David Moyes. We went to Ralf Ragnick. We brought in different managers at different times, and they all failed on the project. The reason why we had to go get in a Ruben Amorim from Portugal, who's done something very good at Portugal, to Manchester United. And then he was given the responsibility to rebuild the club. And then he started with getting off the bad eggs. And I think that credit goes to Ruben Amorim for that. You know, getting off players like Marcus Rashford, Garnacho, Sancho, and all of them. I think that credit goes to him. Then one other thing, one other thing. The fitness of the players was a concern. Even under Erik ten Hag, the fitness of the players was a major concern. Ruben Amorim came with a program that got all of these players fit. Every one of the players became fit, including Casemiro. Casemiro was ostracized out of the team at a point, and he went under rigorous training to get himself in. Look at Kobe Mainu today. Kobe Mainu is that fit because of Ruben Amorim. Kobe Mainu is that fit. He's looking a lot more stronger because of Ruben Amorim. We know Kobe Mainu. We know that Kobe Mainu cannot progress with the ball. We know that Kobe Mainu cannot run with the ball. We all know that. That is the weak side. That is the weakness of Kobe Mainu. He cannot run with the ball. He cannot progress. But when it comes to, covering spaces, getting into tackles, winning balls, and returning it to the attack, Kobe Mainu was really instrumental with that. So I'll tell you clearly, the only player that Ruben Amorim played out of position was Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes was the only player that Ruben Amorim played out of position, and Bruno Fernandes was the real reason why the Ruben Amorim project was not working, because Bruno Fernandes was not defensively disciplined enough. He was not defensively disciplined enough to play in that position. And this was why Ruben Amorim wanted Carlos Baleba at all costs, so that Bruno Fernandes will go back to his normal number 10 position. Even with Manchester United sitting 6th in the Premier League table at the time, I'll tell you that Manchester United was the 3rd highest scoring team in the Premier League under Ruben Amorim. He solved the attacking problem for Manchester United, and he was going to solve the midfield problem for Manchester United if he was not kicked out of the club. I am not going to blame Ruben Amorim entirely. I thought that his ego and his stubbornness was the reason why he did not succeed at Manchester United, not his talent. He's obviously a talented manager. If given the time and if allowed to do his job, he is obviously a talented manager. And then we have Michael Carrick here now. And one thing about Michael Carrick is that he is ready to do what the board says, which is one of the major reasons why Ruben Amorim was sacked. Ruben Amorim was not ready to lick the ass of the board. No, he was not ready to be the friend of the boss, because he had a job to do, and the job was to deliver Manchester United. And at the point where he was not doing the job properly. He was not delivering. And that will get any manager frustrated. We all saw many goals we considered was out of this defensive indiscipline. And then look at it also. Remember, Ruben Amorim had players injured. Loads of players were injured. Yes, we had Harry Maguire injured. Lisandro Martinez was not playing. Ruben Amorim had to play with teenagers like Lenny Yoro, Aiden Heaven. Remember all of this, because when people come out to say this manager was so bad, look at the circumstances surrounding everything that he did at Manchester United. Yes, you can call him stubborn, you can call him whatever, but clearly Ruben Amorim solved major problems at Manchester United, problems that we do not have to deal with anymore. All of the indiscipline at the club, players misbehaving at the club, players saying whatever they want to the media, all of that is gone for good. The backroom staff, Ruben Amorim solved a lot of problems. Let us not just go there. He solved a lot of problems. He did not bring he did not bring solution to the pitch, which was the most vital. But I'll tell you, I'll assure you something. Before solution on the pitch, the foundation has to be laid. Before the solution on the pitch, foundation has to be laid. And I think that Ruben Amorim has laid a little bit of that foundation. Yes, he has laid a little bit. What was the problem with Ruben Amorim and the board? You were not going to sign players in January. And why? He believes that he's the manager of the club, and he wants this club to go get in players, and because we have to actually contend for the title. But the board was not having it. The board did not do it, and he fell out with the board. The board, Ruben Amorim was not sacked because of results. He was sacked because he fell out with the board, and he left. And now we cannot compare him to Michael Carrick. Michael Carrick has come in and has shown us that you can make do with what you have. That is what Michael Carrick has shown us. You can make do with what you have. You can play to players' ability. You can play with players' potential. Ruben Amorim, on the other hand, was forcing the players to understand the pattern. Because in the beginning, that was why he was brought to the club, to make the players understand a different system, a different pattern, a different style of play. He did not entirely rule out playing four-man at the back, but he was keen about these guys understanding what it entails to play. He did not take it away. But now, this is Michael Carrick. And the question is, if Michael Carrick has been able to get these boys playing, and Michael Carrick get the results that we want and gets us over the line to play European football next season, does that give Michael Carrick, does that give us the ability, or does that give us the impetus to say that Michael Carrick should be the man to get the job? That's the question right now. Can Michael Carrick get the job if he becomes if he gets us European football? Because for Ruben Amorim, that was the goal. Get us European football. We were not even certain of which of the European football. Was it Europa League or will it be the Champions League? All they said, get us into Europe. And we were sixth at the time. So we were in Europe, we were in the European position already. So I don't know. Like some people say that some people come out to say Ineos made the right decision. I can't say that. I don't know if they made the right decision. I don't know, because when I take it to account for myself, Ruben Amorim was not failing. If I take it to account for myself, because we were under Michael Carrick now, we might be thinking, if Arsenal loses a point, we might get closer to them. Under Michael Carrick now, we might just be, thinking out loud. Oh, what if Arsenal does not get it right, and we happen to win most of our games? Are we going to get closer to them? We might be thinking, because now we can get in. We can actually get into that position where we start hoping and where we start wishing. Ibrahim Cisse, hey guys, United is playing football, but they need to be very aggressive. They have a 100% record now, and with a team with a 100% record, you cannot really fault them. You cannot really add to them, because they have a 100% record. I think that what I'm going to say with what Ibrahim has just said will be, number one, I have to say that in the midfield, we have to be a lot more aggressive, because I think that our midfield is open and they run through our midfield easily. That is what I'm going to say. Right? I think that opposition, I saw it against WESTHAM. I saw it against Fulham. I saw it against Arsenal. Yes, I thought that our midfield was open. I saw it against Tottenham too. Tottenham, I saw it against Tottenham. I saw it against Arsenal. I saw it against Fulham. Our midfield was porous, was open. But then I think that probably that might be deliberate, because we stop them when they get to the final third. We stop them. It is almost impossible for them to get a shot. Remember, City did not get a shot on goal. Remember, with Tottenham got just 2 shots on goal. So if we look at it from that angle, we might just say this might be deliberate. Right? Now, Michael Carrick right now is building, or has built, or will I say has been able to steady the ship. Michael Carrick has been able to steady the ship and get the players playing with a different mindset, a different mentality, a different form of belief. Is it too early to say that Michael Carrick is the man for the job? Because look at it in a way. Look at it in this way. Will Michael Carrick be interested in coaching Manchester United? The answer is yes. Will he like to coach Manchester United on a long term? The answer is yes. Right? Then, if both answers is yes, and you bring him as an interim manager, what does that tell you? This guy might just be doing his internship. This guy might just be under an interview. This might just be a guy in his probation period. Let's see what he's going to achieve with Manchester United. Whatever happens, happens. Remember, the goal from onset was that Manchester United will get European football. Under Ruben Amorim, we were 6th, and that was Europe. And now we are in the 4th position, which gives us a stay in the Champions League spot. Now, if we are in the Champions League spot and Michael Carrick goes ahead to win 1/3 of the remainder of the games, and we solidify our Champions League spot, is that not enough to say that Michael Carrick has passed the job, has passed the test? If it is a test, if it is an exam, if it's an interview, is that not enough to say, okay, he has passed it? He's been able to make do with what he has. A lot of people come to me to say, oh, we've seen this under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Yes, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, we've seen it. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer won 6 on the bounce, right? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got us into 4th position. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got us into 4th position. You get? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got us, people can say yes. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer even got us into 2nd position. We finished 2nd under Ole at the time. Right? But he was still sacked. And why was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer sacked? A lot of Manchester United fans claimed that we were not creating chances against low block teams. He lost the dressing room. The players were no longer enthusiastic to play. And this is where you need discipline. Ole was not disciplined with the players. Ole was more of the happy, jolly go guy. The guy that allows everybody to guess what they want. He's the one that wanted to please the players. The players got away with a lot of things. And that was the foundation for Manchester United going down. That was the foundation. The likes of Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial, Mason Greenwood. That was the foundation. It was then Mason Greenwood had the problem with his girlfriend or so. It was then. This was all acts of indiscipline going on at the club. Marcus Rashford, Alejandro Garnacho. Alejandro Garnacho, I think he came during Erik ten Hag, and he was one of the most indisciplined players. He was brought from Atletico Madrid. He was one of the most indisciplined players at Manchester United. Alejandro Garnacho. And so for me, I think that one thing is clear. Yeah, if Ganacho, I'm sorry, if Michael Carrick, if Michael Carrick can get it, the difference for me, the difference between Michael Carrick and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is this: Manchester United looks a lot more defensively compact than the Manchester United under Ole. The defense under Ole was not good enough, was rubbish. Buffon Gaucho, I see you. It was rubbish. Under Ole, the defense was rubbish. Now I think that we have a much more mature defense. Lisandro Martinez, Harry Maguire looks a lot more mature in defense than any other defensive pair I've seen at Manchester United. Not Ferdinand Smalling, not Ashley Young. Listen, we've played with some very, very, very shambolic defense. We've played with some really shambolic defense. No organization at all. No organization. But with this team, what I see is players who are happy. They are happy to play. And I think that we need structure. I think that if we are able to get into Europe, we need structure. Yeah, we need structure because we have to structure this team around discipline. If you look up the United history, you will know that Manchester United have been structured around selflessness and discipline. Our captains stand out. You know, the captains of Manchester United, they stand out. We have been structured around discipline. Manchester United have been a team that has surrounded itself embodying discipline, embodying selflessness, embodying sacrifice, and giving everything, embodying belief, having the belief that we are going to get it through. This is what Manchester United have been known for. This is how Manchester United have been built. We embody selflessness, discipline, and belief and sacrifice. So if these attributes are brought in with Michael Carrick, why do you think that Manchester United cannot get the Michael Carrick cannot get the job? I think that for me, I believe that he can get the job if we can actually get over the line, get top 4 finish, probably finish third or fourth, then get into Europe and let there be a structure around our management. And I tell you that the sky, Manchester United will go back to what it used to be. Many of the times under Sir Alex Ferguson, we were not so good, but we got the job done. We got the 3 points, and that has to do with belief. That has to do with fight. That has to do with never say never, never give up. So my guys, I'll tell you stuff here. Today's game, Manchester United against West Ham, it's going to be a test of resilience. It's going to be a test of consistency. It is going to be a test of belief. It's going to be a test of discipline. This is what is going to be today against West Ham. We are going to be playing a very disciplined team, right? That is Nuno Espirito Santo. We know him. Regardless of where West Ham is on the table, we know Nuno Espirito Santo. We know the discipline he has in his team. We know how his team can play. We know that he is an intelligent manager. We know that. Yes, they are riddled with injury. Yeah, there are loads of injury at the club right now, and that is to the advantage of Manchester United, right? And we can make do of that advantage to get a win over them. They are very resilient team. The likes of Thomas Susek, the likes of Thomas Susek, the likes of what's their name, Somerville. You know, they have players who can actually cause you problems. You know, I don't know if they still have World Pros there. You know, all of that. But I know that these players can cause you problems. The players can actually cause you problems. So for Manchester United, Akalonu Lilian Shebura, welcome. Akalonu Lilian, welcome. Welcome. So guys, I have to look up the players for Worried Man says hi, hello. Yeah, the lineup will be coming up soon. But then one thing we should know is that the game today is going to be intense. Fulham has a lot to fight. I'm sorry, West Ham has a lot to fight for. Manchester United has a lot more to fight for. We have a lot more. We are Manchester United practically will be the team under pressure, to deliver 5 out of 5. Michael Carrick has said it clearly. He's not getting carried away. Yes, he's not getting carried away with whatever it is. He's not getting carried away with whatever it is that he might have achieved with the club. 4 wins out of 4. There are no trophies in February. There are no accolades in February. So we have to remain focused. We have to remain disciplined, and we have to go about our job like it is all that we have. And I'm sure that with what the players know now, with all of what the players have gone through now, I think that they are going to get it right. Please kindly click on the subscribe button, click on the notification button. If you're seeing me for the first time, this is a Manchester United fan channel. It is all about Manchester United here. And if you want to get the news, if you want to get up-to-date news catalog of what is happening at Manchester United, if you want to get day-to-day analysis of every game about Manchester United, click on the subscribe button, click on the notification button. You can send in super chat, super thanks, super like, and all of that, and you support the channel. Thank you so much. So we'll be back when the game starts. We are going to be streaming live. We are going to be analyzing the game live, right? And we will see what happens, with Manchester United against West Ham. So guys, my name is Elder. This is Man United Elder TV. Thank you guys for joining, and I'm going to see you again when the game starts. Take care of yourselves, and bye.